everyone, taking a first look at a new game called Robot Apocalypse that's appeared on Facebook that's being touted as a replacement for Kixeye's War Commander, if not Battle Pirates. Firing it up, I get thrown into this, which looks like some sort of periodic event. And it's saying that I can kill those 4 targets and get an extra 100 population, and if I do that then I get next stages, which goes on to some other prizes. Yeah, okay, fine. The intro notes for the game sort of says that it was deliberately designed to be a bit cartoonish, and here we're being thrown into a tuition battle. The tutorial's still running. Looks like we've got a couple of light robots against a heavy robot, so let's throw in a bit of World of Tanks strategy. Lights should circle heavies to kill them, so let's run round in circles. We just keep shooting at this guy. It's a fairly typical browser-based flash player type game. You just click the ground where you want to go and your units go there. Okay, so we killed that off. Let's go back, and he's telling us, I think, that we've got to go and repair it. So it looks like our garage. He's telling us to click on it. Let's do that. Go into the garage, and there's our damaged units. Looks like the Kixeye games, if you've got less than 5 minutes activity, you can speed it up for free. Well, that's okay. That's, this stage of the game, you don't want to be tied up waiting 10 or 15 or 20 minutes for things to happen. This, it's entry level, it's tutorial level. Right, okay, so now he's telling us to build a house. Click on the build menu, turn the music off, or try to. It's not letting us because he wants us to click on the build menu. I'm re-recording this voiceover because the music just drowned me out when I recorded the sound the first time through. So, build the house. Drag and drop to place it, same as most other games. It gives you a grid to show your layout. Now he's telling me to speed it up. There we go, speed it up. We can speed it up for free because it's less than 5 minutes. Come on, action. Nope. Looks like the game's hung. Yeah, I think so. It's not letting me do anything. No. That yellow arrow of his hasn't moved to the speed up button, so it looks like it's hung on his previous instruction. Let's just refresh the game. Tum-ti-tum-ti-tum-ti-tum. Not very confidence inspiring when you get a game hang or crash during the tutorial phase. What's going to happen a bit later? Don't know. It seems to load in about the same sort of time as Kixeye games, so there's no benefit there. Yeah. Okay. In fact, this is now starting to stretch into the sort of timing that we would expect during an event on one of the Kixeye games. Took ages to get back in there. No, that doesn't do anything. It's just telling us to wait. This is not very clever, is it? There we are, we're back in. The house didn't speed up. Click OK. Oh, right, it has, it's finished. So let's just make it full screen again. Okay, so let's have a nosy round our base. That's the garage. That's the factory. That's the chassis shop. The house we just built. Headquarters. Right, change name. Right, let's do this first. Let's just put in my usual name for these games. And it says we've got another 2 free name changes left. Okay. Not that that'll happen. Right, so Gazbeard. Somehow I've leveled up to level 3. Right. What's these? Odyssey event. Invite your friends. A battle log. Base is under protection for best part of 7 days. This is all fairly standard and very similar to Kixeye. We've got these resources already. What else were we looking at? What was that? That's the weapons lab. That's the tech lab. Defense lab. A separator processes raw materials into resources. Can separate a single resource at a rate of 648 per hour, or equal amounts of all 4 at the rate of 270 each per hour. Well, at the moment our resources are fairly evened out, so let's just have a look. Set mode. Separate equal. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, and we've got a turret and sturdy walls and a barrier. Well, all of these games become very, very resource intensive, and looks like Hugh's disappeared, so let's see if we can find him. No, okay. Right. I wonder if we can build another resource. What's it? Yeah, we can build up to 4 more of them. And they take 25 seconds to build, and they don't cost a lot. I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to build 4 of these. How much do houses cost? Not a lot. And stockpile to store the resources. I think we're probably going to need one of them. Again, this looks like instant. The turret doesn't cost a lot, but it's not instant. We can build up to 3 of them. We're fully maxed out on sturdy walls, and we can add a few more extra barriers, but I'm not going to bother with that. Sorry about that, folks. Just had a telephone call, and I'm going to have to pause the recordings on this interview. Very bad news. I've just been told that my mother died. So I'd just like to take a moment's silence and dedicate this video about a new game to my mum in her memory, and we'll resume shortly. Right, so looking around, I think one of the first things that we need to do is to do some upgrading on these. Our guy that tells us what to do has disappeared. I can't find him. You might notice that a few things up here have changed. That's because I got interrupted, and it's taken me a couple of days to get back to the game. So that's the separator. It's full. I think we need to bank everything. One of the first things I think we need to do is build somewhere to store stuff. Just check we haven't got any storage yet. let's build a stockpile, which will take me 1 minute 10 seconds. And this is quite a big building, so we can't put it in there. For now, let's just put it there. And being under 5 minutes, we can of course speed it up. And that doesn't tell me what my maximum is. That can hold 50,000, which should be quite a big boost on it. Right, now, I've always found in these games that resource production is your primary consideration. So I'm going to build another separator. They only take 25 seconds, so if I put that in there alongside that one, then they're both the same. And I'm going to upgrade them. So that's a free upgrade. Speed it up. Do the same with that one. Okay, so we're now producing a lot more resources than we were. We're now producing about 2,160 resources per hour instead of about the 500 that we were before. So the next thing I'm going to upgrade is the headquarters, which is going to take 12 minutes. So I'll go ahead and upgrade that, and I'll just pause the video and I'll come back when it's finished upgrading, and I'll explain why I upgraded that first based on logic from other games. To headquarters now, go around a few other things upgrading. Level 1 house, we need population, so let's upgrade that, 4 minutes 20 seconds, and speed it up. And that's caused us to reach level 5. Okay. What else do we want? Well, I guess we're going to have to upgrade our labs. That's saying... Oh, sorry. Clicked the wrong thing. Upgrade. That's going to take 18 minutes to upgrade that. So we need something a bit quicker first. Tech lab. 18 minutes. That's 18 minutes. Garage, 4 minutes 10. Let's get that upgraded. Speed it up. Level 1 factory, 2 minutes. Level 2 chassis shop needed to upgrade the factory to level 2. Now this is why I upgraded the headquarters first, because in most games you can't upgrade your production and research buildings until you've upgraded your headquarters. So that's saying the chassis shop, which must be this one. How long does that take? That takes 10 minutes. Okay. Well, before I upgrade that, what I really want to do is I want to get everything else that's under 5 minutes upgraded. That's 31 minutes. That's 4 minutes, we'll get that upgraded. I'd also like to get an extra house in there for additional population, so I'll just move him to there, and house, which is a 2-minute build, and I can then speed it up. And I can then upgrade that as well, which is a 4-minute upgrade, and speed that up. Okay, now we've got to do the chassis shop before we can upgrade the factory. So let's get the chassis shop upgrade underway. It's the shortest one at 10 minutes. And we do have the minimum population for it, so we'll let that run. So let's go and have a look in the factory while that's happening. So if we're going to build another MGP, then we can drag these parts in, and I need to know, in fact, select chassis. Can we get a different chassis? No, we can only get the gauntlet, which is the smallest one. I need to check what other units we already have. Right, so we've already got a gauntlet MGP here, and we've got this hammer that came from somewhere. I think this is the one that we went and captured. So let's just have a look. He's got a steel armor and a cargo hold and a Helios machine gun. And he can carry 410,000 cargo, which is probably way more than we can hold. His repair time 2 minutes 22. Okay, and this one, he's got 2 steel armors and a cargo hold for 700,000. And he's got 3 Demos cannons and precision gears, which I presume is for speed. So what we want to do is we want to have an identical unit to this so they can operate as a pair. Although I think I'll actually put the cannon on him for additional range. So let's just go back to the factory. Yeah, see the range on the cannon is 1.5 to 8.5. Reload time 5, accuracy 80%. The machine gun is range 7, so it's a shorter range. Damage 20, so it's a fifth of the damage of the cannon. Reload time 1.5, accuracy 90%. So it's a lot faster firing, much more accurate, but does a lot less damage and is shorter range. So what we'll do is we'll drag the cannon across onto there. Let's have a look at his armor. We've got a choice of steel with 500 hit points or slatted steel with 500 hit points. The slatted steel takes an extra 5 seconds to repair, but it gives 5% defense against bullets, so that'll be machine guns. We'll use one of them, and we can improve the accuracy by 6% with this, or we can add a cargo hold. Well, at the moment our guys are pulling in a lot more than I think we can hold, so we need tactical advantage at the moment. What about movement? Precision gears. I think turn speed's going to be more important than acceleration, because this guy's got longer range than the other one, remember? So we'll put that on there, and we'll start the build. So that's going to take about 15 minutes. How's this guy getting on? Still not a free speed up. There's nothing to do in the headquarters. So that's garage holds our units. Weapons lab. Is there a research we can do? No, we need to upgrade it, which is what I thought. What about armor? Can we... oh, no, there's no research on armor. Now, can we upgrade this at the same time as the other building? Let's just try this. No, because we're already upgrading a building, we have to wait for that to finish before we can upgrade this one. So let's have a look in the tech lab. Doesn't look like there's nothing to research until we upgrade the building. Okay, that's fair enough. And in the defense lab, well, we've got these mortars and things here. But these are, I presume, for base defense. And these are for strengthening our towers. Okay. Right. Now, is the turret equipped? Well, it is. It's got a machine gun on it with a range of 11.5, which outranges the weapons we've got on our robots. Reload time 1.5, accuracy 90%, bullet. Range 19 on that. So I think what we'll do is we'll put a mortar in there, and let's have a look at the defense. Fortified foundation, or an I-beam, and a decoy mist lowers enemy accuracy. Not sure that that's appropriate at the moment, but what we'll do is we'll put the I-beams on it for extra strength. Extra 1250 hit points and 6% defense against shells. Okay, and start that build. No, can't, we've got to wait for the other building to finish as well. Okay. I don't know, we can speed that up now. Oops, we were doing the tower, weren't we? Let's just have a look at the turret design. We said we put a mortar in there and put a titanium I-beam in there and start the build. 5 minutes 45. So let's just have a look in here at what we can research now. We can research the dagger, which is a small support gun platform. So, oh, in fact that's it there. And again, it comes up to 6 cubes, and it only takes 4.5 minutes to repair. It's telling us we don't have enough resources, so we're going to have to go out and get some resources before we can research this. Well, that's fair enough. So let's go to the map. How do we go to the map? It's a good question. How? Oh, there it is, up here in the corner. So before we go out, we can now afford to speed this up. Do it with that one for free. That means that we know that our turret's done, and we're just waiting 10 minutes for that gauntlet to build. So let's go to the map. We've got a robot there. We've got a resource yard there. Small robot base, another small robot base, a smaller resource yard there. So I'm guessing that we have to, just like in War Commander and in Battle Pirates, we have to queue up the buildings, queue up the robots from the garage that we're going to send to the map. So let's go to the garage and unassigned MGPs. This is in squad 1, queue for deployment, and deploy the squad. Now the question is, alright, we're building the gauntlet, so we've already got these two here. So our squad is a level 7. Should we chase that robot? I think we fulfill part of the mission in that we come across and harvest from here. Okay, so let's join in the battle here. It says we've got about 6 minutes to sort this out. And we've got 2 robots across here, so let's send both of them up here. Try and take them on one at a time. Try and get a flanking advantage on them. Whoa, they've got some range. Let's get in and kill that guy as fast as we can. He's going to have to sort him out. Oh, we've lost a robot. This is not good. Come on, get that one finished with. Right, now get that one. Have you got enough health to do it? We might have needed that 3rd robot to do this. Maybe not. Yeah, well done. Right, so we won a resource of, looks like 1 population. Wonderful. So we'll recall the squad. We've got 30 minutes. You notice that we've got 30 minutes before a new guard comes back there. And it still contains a lot of resources. So what that means, if we can get our robots repaired before the new guard arrives, we can go and rob that resource without incurring any damage. That's great. Right, we've got a minute before we can speed up the build of that. Let's go into the garage and start repairing that, which will give us 2 minutes before we can speed it up. And then we can go back with our 3rd robot in place here, and we can rob that resource thing without any opposition. So I'm just waiting for that gauntlet to get ready to finish. And our tower's upgraded now. This factory. Right, so for this to finish, I guess. Okay, no problem. Now, our chassis shop is now level 2. And we're still short on resources for researching this. That's fine. But now that that's upgraded, it means that we can upgrade the factory as well. And we can speed that up. If we try to upgrade that again, it'll probably tell us, yeah, we need level 3 chassis shop. Okay, that's no bother. But I want to get these other buildings up to level 2 first. So we did the houses, we did the separators, we did the stockpile. We haven't done the turret, but defense lab, tech lab, and weapon lab. I think we'll do the weapon lab first. We don't have enough resources, so we're going to have to go out and get some. That's fine. So, in the garage, and we can speed up this repair, and then we can drag him into the squad. Okay, so he only carries 60k cargo, but he's a fighter. He carries 410k, and he carries 700k. So let's deploy the squad, and let's go harvest from there. And we know no new guard for 25 minutes, so we can just keep going and robbing this and emptying it out and build up our resources. Right, so our squad is filling up, look. The longer we leave it there, the more it fills up. So we'll leave it to empty that yard, because we need all the resources. We need to attack one of them, I think. We may get a free robot by doing so. Let's just try that, because we can come back. There's plenty of time to come back and harvest that resource yard. So we'll join him, and we're looking at, they've got 2 robots. So what we're going to do is we send that one out there to detract that one with all the guns, and we send this one down here and this one down here, send them out of it so they arrive at similar times. Kill them off with concentrated fire. There we are. So we won a lot of resources there. Doesn't look like we got any robot salvage. Right, so we harvest that. That gave us a big boost in cargo. We'll try and get that as full as possible. So I'll come back when our guys are full. Showing squad 1 is harvesting away merrily. It's come towards 500,000 resources, but the resource yard is still showing about 20 minutes before a guard arrives, but it's in can't harvest. I wonder what that's about. that would say that it's got no more resources to harvest. But our little robot wood is still raking them in. Strange. What I'll do is I'll just let it get to 500,000, send it home, so we can get a building upgrade underway. So I'll do, and then we'll bring him, quickly repair him, and bring him back to finish harvesting that before a guard turns up. Just go into base. Now he had 500,000 on board. That's about 125,000 of each. So that's fine, and we'll just bank all of these just to add a little bit extra. I wish it would tell us on here what the maximum is that we can hold. It doesn't. Right, now what we wanted to do was upgrade the weapons lab, which we can now do easily. It'll take 18 minutes, which is fine. We'll let that run while we finish harvesting that other stuff. Let's go into the garage. These guys need a repair. We can repair instantly, and we deploy them, and we'll send them back out. Keep harvesting over here. See, now that they're not on it, it says that we can harvest until they get there. Yeah. So in theory, that 377,000 should automatically go on them, and then as the yard continues harvesting resources, it should be putting it straight into our robots. That's the way I read it works. I don't know if that's how it does. So now we can't harvest because our unit's doing the harvesting, and it doesn't tell us how many resources are in there. But what it does do down here is it tells us how much cargo is going into our pod. And certainly that 300,000 that was originally there hasn't gone on board our robots. Okay, so just have a look round. You can tell it's a new game. There's a lot of low-level players. There's a level 6 resource yard there. Might come and attack that one next, just to do a bit of bullying and get some easy resources. Wonder what DFR5 means. Defense Force rating, something like that. Don't know. Lots of low-level robot convoys running around for us to attack. That's fine. A lot of wide open space as well in this sector. A lot of people called Max. This must be the default name that the game gives you. So that level 6 is due west from my base. Okay. Just need to remember that. We've got a 19 here. A pair of 16s. Should make it easy. There's loads of these low level 11 and 17. Even a 5 there, look. Running around. I'll tell you what, just for speed, let's go attack that level 5. This should be an easy kill with a single robot there, I guess. 2 robots again. So let's just group our guys up. Instead of splitting the fire all over the place, let's just take them in together. Let's go hit that guy. notice we've got 3 different range sets on ours, so I need to I do need to get them a bit more consistent. There we are. Nice easy win. Should have given me a good top up. Yeah, 58,000 each. Okay, let's go back and harvest this. 302,000 in the depot, and we've got more than enough space to hold that. When's that guard coming back? Guard's coming back in 13 minutes. 13 minutes 53. Let's call it 14 minutes. It's showing that it's just over 9 minutes for our to fill. Again, I don't know if we've got enough capacity in base to hold it if we take back 1.1 million. But we can try it. We'll see what happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause recording here. I'm going to drain this resource yard as far as I can, and then I'll start recording again. So I'll see you in a minute or two. Okay. We're about 20 seconds away from, in theory, draining this resource yard. The counter down here says that. The squad's a long way from full, about halfway. That sort of marries up with what was in the resource yard. While I was waiting for it to happen, I went and oh, what's going on here? Oh, it looks like they're repairing the resource yard now. All resources harvested, new guard in 4 minutes. Right, okay. So they've basically put a wall around it to say it's empty, and no point being there anymore. Okay. Now on the intro mission, we've got to hit one of these, a level 19 resource yard, and a level 16 robot base, and we also need to do a level 12 robot base, but I've not found one of those anywhere close by yet. So let's just go and see how that little mission's helped our resources. Looks like 131,000 is the maximum we can hold at the moment, which would tell me that I need to upgrade this. And that'll take nearly 10 minutes. But I started upgrading this while I was waiting for the convoy to fill up, and it's got another 28 minutes to go. And I also started to build, oh no, it's got another 3 minutes to go. I also started to build a dagger, which has got 28 minutes to go. So I can actually speed up the weapons lab. Let's just speed that up. Okay. How long do they take to upgrade? They take nearly 10 minutes as well. So I think what we should actually do is build another stockpile, just to increase our capacity, because it looks like in these early stages it's quite easy to get resources. We're allowed up to 3 stockpiles, and it only takes a minute, so let's just build one. We'll stick this one down here. Need to reorganize the base in a minute. So just build that, and we'll upgrade that, because that's an instant upgrade as well. Okay, so those blue bars have got shorter now, so that's increased our storage space. So we've got 75,000 in there, 75,000 in there, 3,200 in each of those, so it's 156,400 we can hold now. I'd like to upgrade these further, but I need to get my tech buildings up so I can have researchers underway while these are upgrading. So we've now upgraded the weapon lab to level 2. Let's just get the tech lab underway upgrading. It's going to take 18 minutes. And let's get a research going in the weapons lab. Now what we really want is something with range. We want to stay out of the range of those other mechs, other robots. So that's got a range of 13.5 but a reload time of 8. That's got a range of 7. That's a range of 8.5. Well, that's the longest range one, so what about on the armor front? Belted armor and steel. Let's focus on weapons first. So 9-minute research on that. Get the research underway. So you can see we've got a few things going on down here. Let's go into the garage and repair our little guys, which is an instant repair. Now I want to look at this guy. He's got a Helios machine gun. So let's refit him. Let's try and get something with a bit more range. It's 8.5 range, that's only 7 range. Reload 5. Reload 1.5. Accuracy's down. This one can damage buildings. Repair time 8 seconds, repair time 13 seconds. So what have we got in here? That's the cargo hold. That's the steel armor. That's the Helios machine gun. Right, so first thing we'll do is we'll change that over to that. And that's an instant build, so we'll do that. It's not letting me. What's going on? It hasn't removed that one, I see. So we move that one back to there maybe? Yeah, that's how we do it. Right. So we do an instant build on him. Right, okay, so we have to allow this to share on Facebook. What we're going to do, yeah, that's fine. We'll just make that not now. I'll sort that out later. I'll just go back to full screen. Go away. I want to continue refitting this guy. I want to improve his armor. So he's got steel 1, slatted steel. Give him a bit more defense. So what we do is we move that one out, move that one in, gives him a bit more defense. He's got the cargo hold 1 for 350,000. That's fine because we need him to carry some cargo. I think that's all we need to do, so we just build him instantly. Right, that's fine. Let's just put him back the squad. Let's just have a look at what this guy's got. He's got 2 steel ones, 3 Demos cannons, precision gears, and a cargo hold 1. Let's just see if it's worth refitting anything on him. Well, there's an empty slot there. Demos cannon 1, range 8.5. That's the best cannon we've got at the minute, and he's got 3 of those. Steel 1, steel 1. Let's just upgrade those. Let's make them slatted armour. And what we'll do is we'll move that cargo into there. And he's got precision gears. Optical targeting would help. So the options here: precision gear, enhanced gyros. So his acceleration is up by 10. We can increase his turn speed by adding in enhanced gyros. Oh, that's what he already had. Precision gears, enhanced gyros. There, that's better. So he can turn faster, and he's got better armour now. More hit points. So, and again, we can build this instantly. So let's just do that. And go into the garage. And we'll put him back in the squad. What's this guy got? He's got the Demos cannon, enhanced gyros, and slatted steel. Right. And okay, let's oh, and we can create a second squad here. But I'm going to wait for the dagger to finish research, and we'll do a second squad with daggers. But let's just deploy this squad. You see the squad value has jumped to 10. It was 9. Now what we've got to do on this, we've done an 11, we've got to do a 19, a 12 and a 16. So let's see if we can find that level 12. Not there. There's 16 there. No, he's not there. Let's try north of the base. Oh, emptiness. Hello. What's this? No. Go down towards the east. Emptiness. It's a new game. There's not a lot of people playing. You know, I recognise that. What we could do though is we could come and get this level 7 base. Just try that out. See what they're like. It's going to take us a minute to get there. Wow, that's a long way out. We'll probably need to put some speed on our guy. Is there anything else down here? We're looking for a level 12. No level 12. I think we're going to have to go quite a distance to find that. So let's see what this level 7 base is like. It'll give us a clue. And then we can always come back and hit the 16. And he really is taking his time to get there. Another 19 seconds. Here he comes. Charge! Okay, let's join him. Let's have a look at what he's got going. We can't scroll the map to see what's going on until we start the battle. Okay, well it looks like there's one robot at the far end of the map, according to the mini-map. no idea what these are. That looks like a defended building of some sort. Let's just stop them there. Put them all there. Have we got to destroy all these? I don't know what they are. Let's just have a look. What is that mech at the other end? There's an invisible mech. Get it center on the minimap. Ah, it must be holding. I don't know if we get anything for destroying these things, but we've made a hole. Let's presume there's some sort of defense thing. Just a wall or something. Whoa. Big time. Go on, kill it. Now, just in case they're using some sort of splash-based weapon, we'll move out. Oh, we beat it. Yay. And got a decent chunk of resources. Okay. Yeah, defeated it, so there's a little level 11 resource yard. It's a long way from home though. So there's a level 11 that we were fighting before. Let's just come back to here. And we'll start harvesting that resource yard again. So the thing to remember when we do these resource yards is not just kill them and run away, but kill them and then stay there to harvest the resources in them. Got to remember to do that. Okay guys, there's 500,000 resources in here, so let's just join it and we'll group them all up. And we'll try and get to a position where we're only fighting one of these at a time. That one's running away from us. Get him. Get him. Come on. Okay, that one wants to run away. We'll go and kill this one instead. And we might be able to use one of these to chase him down. Get him out of the way. Go on, get him. One more. Go on, hit him. Hit him before you die. Oh no, he's gonna die. I'm gonna lose my robot. Yeah, oh, I did. Right, okay guys, together. Let's have this guy. Come on, move yourselves. Move yourselves. Ah. Didn't do as good that time. Trying to be too clever, I think. So, we'll harvest that. No, we can't. We're on it already. And it had about 500,000, it said. It's going to take 16 minutes to harvest it. And the new guard comes in 29 minutes. So, I think what might be a good idea is return to base repair this squad and just check what research was going on. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. Okay, I've emptied that depot and I've brought my squadron back. And one of the interesting things that I've noticed is if you bring a squadron back carrying more than your various resource storage places can hold, it keeps the excess in the squadron. Or at least it does for a little while, and then you lose it. So if you've got such as a stockpile upgrade about to finish, you can bring it back and hold the resources there for about a minute and not lose them, which is pretty good. I like that idea. Now, I've been doing all sorts of researches and upgrades and stuff while I was waiting for that harvest to finish, and you can see my list queued up here. I'm just going to wait them out 2 minutes to speed these 3 up and set new ones away, and then I'm going to go out and hit that robot base that I need to do for the current mission. I found a couple of level 12s. They're a long haul out, so I'll rejoin you when I'm ready to attack them. Okay, so we're outside that level 12 robot base that I've got to do as part of the current mission set, and it's the same squad as before. Let's have a look and see how they do. Rename, remove, relocate base. Try again. There we are. Attack. Okay, join the attack. The mini-map says we've got 3 things to kill. It's the 3 red dots down here. We've got 2 gauntlets and a hammer. So, if we start now, bring all of our troops to there. And looks like we're going to have to shoot our way into it. Easiest route is going to be up there, so we take them up there. If we take out that defensive barrier, we should be able to slip between them and then get down into them. Not sure how we're going to do on this. We might need a 4th robot in the squad, and pretty soon the dagger will have finished researching and we'll be able to build it, which will give us some heavier robots. You notice I've refitted my robots. They now all have the same range, which is useful. And I'm also doing some research on a couple of things that will speed up their fire rate, as well as give them more powerful weapons. This is all early days. I mean, realistically, I've not even had an hour and a half's play on this game yet. Most of that was waiting for things to finish. There we go. So we've now created a hole. We can get through their outer defences. And let's go kill this one. Wow, that's got a long range. So is that. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to do this. We might have to go home and repair and then come back and finish it off. Come on, get in there. What I'm tempted to do is take my little ones straight over to that one. Ouch. Well, at least he's distracting the fire. Yeah, we're not going to get this finished. Ouch. Come on, see if you can kill that building at least. No. Okay. So we've got a couple of little bits of resources, so we're going to go home and repair and come back and get on this now. I've had a nav point to it, so we can find it and we can come back to it. And it's a fair old run back to home. As you can see, we're a long way out. That's the resource yard that we were harvesting earlier. By the time we get in, maybe the dagger will have finished. The dagger or the hammer, whatever it is, will have finished researching. Let's have a look. Looks like it has. So I've also rearranged my base a little bit just to suit me. So if I go into the factory, and you see I've got some extra weapons and stuff researched. There's more stuff researching all the time. So we've now got this, which is a larger dagger style robot that we can build. Now, which one's got the longest range? That mortar, but it's a slow reload. Does 150 damage, 36 damage, 8.5 damage, 20 damage. You know, I'm almost tempted to load it up with them, but I think, well, that does 20 damage every 1.5 seconds, but it means you've got to get in close. So that does 150 damage every 8 seconds. So 20 every 1.5 would be 80 every 6 seconds, be 100 every 7.5 seconds. Yeah, definitely need to go with these mortars. So we'll put a pair of mortars on, and we're going to use this as an assault lead. So I think we put one of these on, and if it's going to be an assault lead, then we want it to get in. That only decreases enemy combat speed. It doesn't decrease their firing. That increases accuracy. That's cargo. That's improved acceleration. Turn speed. There's nothing that gives me actual speed. Oh, there's battle speed. I've got to get all the way down here before I start getting that. So I think for now what I'll do is I'll just go with extra armor. We'll use this as a heavy lead, and weapons wise, let's have a look. 13.5 range, 7 range, 8.5, 7. So at the moment it's got the longest range. That's fine. Start the build. It's going to take 36 minutes to build, which means we're going to have to go back in with our existing platoon, existing squad. Now, you see we can't repair instantly. However, what we can do is we can remove that. That brings us down to a near instant repair. And we can then speed up those two instantly. This dagger must have built. It has. So this is a one that I was making earlier. I'll put that into there. And we've got a speed mismatch. They've got a map speed of 85. That's got a map speed of 74. That's got a map speed of 65. So this is quite a bit slower. But what I'm going to do, you notice I've got a a second squad slot available. So I'm going to put that hammer in there, and it's going to take him 9 minutes to repair. We're taking 35 minutes to repair that other dagger. So what we'll do is we'll start repairing him, and then we'll deploy out this squad, send him back down to that nav point, to that robot base, and we'll attack this. We'll weaken it down a bit, ready for that second squad being built and repaired and coming down to finish it off. So it's going to take about a minute to get down. It's a useful nav point, that, because we've got a couple of level 11 resource yards that we can farm, which will help a lot once we get those other bigger robots built. We'll be able to carry a lot more and do some decent damage. This squad coming down carries just under 1 million, which is healthy. You know, it's 250,000 of each resource, which is just a little bit more than I can hold at the moment, but I'm not worried about that. So we just joined this battle, and this building's nearly dead. I think what we'll do is we'll go around the outside and we'll try and kill this one off. So we'll do a start. And take them out of range. Bring them round out of range, should say. There's a gap there they might get through. Could probably have taken them through that one. But I want to get rid of this building first, because that'll take 2 guns out of it. This has only got 1. You can see that mortar's got one hell of a range. Bring them into here. And we'll set them against that. And quite nicely the mortar's staying in the back, out of the way. And split them up so that any splash effect is not taking both of them. Select them all again for that. Gotta love the height on them mortars. Whee! Way up in the sky. Ba-doomph. Yes, that's it gone. So, we destroyed the base. We got some healthy resources, and we got another population member, which is always good. And we've cleared another objective here, so the next one is the level 16. We'll definitely need the 2 squads and the larger squads before we attack that, based on this one. So let's just recall him. While he's on his way back, let's go into the base, because there was a research finished while we were looking at the robots. Must have been in that. No, that's the chassis shop. Must have been in here then, defense lab. So let's have a look at what we've got to research. Well, that one's 28 minutes. That's an hour and a half. They're all done. only 5 hours to research that one. Wow. So that was the quick one. What we'll do is we'll start the research on this. And I just want to show you that again. Where is it in there? You notice how these ones that we've already researched, they take up 2 squares on the inventory grid on each robot. This one now takes up 3 in that shape. The Tartarus cannon takes up 3 in that shape. So it's a bit like Tetris when you're fitting these onto your vehicles. And what have we got in here? They're all done. That one is just a single square. Yay! So, what else have we got to do? What have we got? Any buildings upgrading? Yeah, the garage is upgrading. Oh, we can speed that. So that's the armour finished on there, which means we can do another research in the weapons lab. Oh no. Oh sure, we were already researching something there. Okay, Demos cannon, 4 hours. Belted armour, 4 hours 3 minutes. What's the difference between those two? They're both the same. So the light cannon, range of 8.5, damage 215 with 240 building damage, reload 5. Shall repair. Well, I think we'll research this one first. For some reason it's still showing the belted armour here. So let's just start the research on that. There we go. So everything's researching. The garage, we can now speed up the upgrade on that. So that's now an upgraded garage. That should be, well, the stockpiles I've upgraded to level 3. The houses are level 2. The garage is level 3. Headquarters is a 2. Each of the labs is 2. The factories are level 2. So I think what we'll do, if we upgrade that, what's the timing on it? 32 minutes? Yeah, that's fine. We'll upgrade that to a 3 because it gives us access to more defense options, more population, more storage, and so on. So we'll get that one underway. The factory's building us a new robot. So let's go into the garage and see what we can do with the existing ones. Well, we've now got the option for 4 robots in here. That one's nearly finished, so we can speed that up. Speed up. And we'll take him out of that squad. Go back to this squad. 5 minutes, 8 seconds, start repairing. In a few seconds we can speed that up and we can add this hammer back into here. So I'll speed that up. Yep. And we add the hammer back into there. Right, so we've now got 4 vehicles in here, 2 lights and 2 heavy punishing vehicles, but what I want to do is I want to refit that hammer. I like the idea of those mortars standing off. So let's just go to refit. We've got 3 Demos cannons in here. The Demos cannon has only got a range of 8.5. These mortars have got a range of 13.5. What I want to do is I want to swap one of them, maybe swap 2 of them out for the mortars. So you'll have a close defence weapon here, and then 2 mortars for long range punishing. So let's just move these out. And put the mortars in. Like that. And that's a free... Oh, and the factory's busy. We can't do that. So how do we get a second worker? So what's the subscriptions for those? Oh dear. I'm going to pay money every month to get a second factory worker. Okay. So we're going to have to wait for that other robot to finish building before we can do that refit. So we're just going to have to leave it at that. That's okay. It's only going to take half an hour or so to build that other robot. So if we just cancel, that's the easiest way. Go back into the squad, and he's there already. There's all 4 of them, look. So let's deploy the squad. And the next thing on our hit list, level 16 base. I'm not sure that we're ready for that. I should have checked what our resources were before we left the base. We're starting to use quite a lot of use resources rapidly as we're researching. So I think what we need to do is go and hit another resource yard and fill up again. So let's go and do this one. We know we can kill this one. And it's saying that we can now carry 1.68 million, and this yard is carrying 520,000. Right, and we've got 2 tanks, 2 robots to kill. So first thing we'll do is bring all our guys together. Now at this point it's possible the mortars will not work. This guy's coming for us, that guy's trying to flank us, so we'll just go straight at this guy. Yeah, you see the mortars are flying far and wide, so we need to hold his interest there. And what we'll do is we'll send the little gauntlets after him, keep him on the move. Right. And we want him to go after him. If we can get him to stand still, then the mortars will work. There we go. So there we are. We're harvesting. And there's going to be about a 10-minute difference between emptying out this yard and the new guard arriving. So I'll come back when all that's done.